Ooh, welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, yeah. Did y'all notice that my camera has changed? Did you notice?
No, I haven't noticed your camera changed.
Boo. I got a new camera. A new
What did you
webcam.
get? Like, what type of camera change? What'd you do? You on another phone, another device?
Yeah, I got a webcam added to the top. It's supposed to be the best webcam for live streamers.
Mm.
That's what they said when I Googled it. That's what came up multiple times. The El Gato. But we'll see. We'll see when I go to edit this what it shapes out to. Not just like after school.
What?
Because you over there, you got your drink. I'm over here with my watermelon child.
Such little cheering, such cheering,
Just cheering.
cheering.
Not this.
What?
Hold on. Let me just put it on you. What's this?
What?
What's this coat you got on?
Coat? This is not a coat, love. It's actually it's one of the brands that I work for. It is one of my.
Your jacket.
No, it's actually a beautiful robe. Hold on, I'm glad I put some pants on. So it's actually a little house robe. So the network that I work for at Branding TV, they have a spa day for the staff, and they do different things where we actually just come and just relax and do different things. So they actually gave me a at-home spa robe, and I felt like I've been repping some brands that I'm, a part of and working with this week. So I just decided to carry it on, and I feel like perfect conversation from. Oh, and I have like mugs, bags, robes. So much merch from the network that I work for, and I have multiple, pieces of merch from the multiple networks that I work for. How was your week, Oliver?
Oh my god, you're so funny. Oh my god, I had a great week. I had a really amazing week.
Oh wait, before I even move on, I'm saying all these things. I didn't say which network. Shout out to Brandon TV. They have their own app. I know you guys are familiar with the DD4L show, Diana Dancing Doll, that was on Lifetime at one point in time. I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with Abby Lee Miller. She had a dance show for young girls at one point in time. So if you're fans of either of those shows, those are the type of shows that Brandon TV is producing. So I have some, we'll get into that in just a few. But I'm connected there and been producing some great things and excited about what's to come from that particular platform. So I didn't want to do all of this and not give proper shout out to Brandon TV. Shout out to that amazing network. Oh, and they just had the #1 film on Netflix. They had a project that hit #1 on Netflix. So shout out to Brandon and the entire It's Brandon TV staff and crew over there. I am having a blast.
We'll see. You hit me in my eye. That's all right. Shout out to Brandon TV. After I heard you mention it in one of the lives we did, I went and researched it because I hadn't heard of them before. But when I went and did the research, I was like, oh my god, they're doing amazing things over here, like big things. Like, this is a company that is
Thank you.
developed and doing things out here. Like,
so we actually have we have a studio in Burbank, California, and producing some great projects. Like everything is in house. It's like a two. All right, girl.
Okay.
It's like a two sound. It's two sound stages inside of the studio. I mean, upstairs, downstairs. I mean, I can't even tell you the square footage. It's humongous. So I'm excited for. The projects that we have to come out. They're getting ready to do a personal project of mine. I can't say too much, but we'll just say Q may be back in the streets soon. And I'll just leave that there. So I'm definitely enjoying myself over at BTV, but I did want to give them a proper shout out. Shout out to Brandon TV.
Shout out to Brandon TV one more time. So, like, what's your role over there with them? Like, what do you do?
Oh my God. So I have several roles. So my first role is I'm producing one show. I don't want to say the name of the show yet because those things are still in the work. But if you follow BTV, you will see them promoting and tagging me. But because things were going in a new direction with some things, I don't want to say the name. But if you follow BTV, their name is Brandon TV on all social media sites. There's one project that'll be coming out soon that I'm a part of. You'll see the fans kind of, I mean, not the fans, you'll see the cast kind of bickering and going back and forth as of right now. So they have, yeah, the cast over there is pretty turned up. I think the last time you guys saw me, which was like a couple of weeks ago, I was working with younger cast. Over here, I'm working with older cast. So this is, and it's people that you all have seen on several different reality shows on actual networks. So it's kind of like getting a bunch of them in the house and it's getting ready to get funky. So that's exciting. So I'm an executive producer on that particular project. And I just had a conversation with them on yesterday, and I'll address it a little bit later. But yeah, so I just, yeah, we're probably about to give birth to something else. Something else is in the works. I'm stuttering because I'm so excited about it. We literally just had the meeting less than 24 hours ago. And yeah, so we're getting ready to do some other things, and I'll be EP in that project as well.
Yeah. TTB's down here giving you your props. She said Q was brought on to executive produce season 2 of Getaway LA, I believe. Is this true?
That is a true statement.
Oh!
I love Brandon TV, man. Like, so far, it's been a great experience. And I've been there about a year. We had one project that we were working on. We decided to shelve it and work. They decided to put 10 toes into the Diana shows and all of those things that we're pushing at the moment. And I've been in a leadership position before. Sometimes you have to do what's best for the brand, and it's not personal. And you know me, I'm a person, I've always been willing and ready to wait my turn. So I know a lot of people was like, Q, ain't you at BTV? What you supposed to be doing? Like, I'm still present. You know what I'm saying? We're just waiting for the proper moment to release the project. And then we're working on some other things. We have a ton of things in the work. Oh my gosh, if we just start name dropping, you guys would be amazed. So I'm excited for the several different projects that are happening over there. But yes, I was brought on to executive produce The Getaway season 2 on Brandon TV, and it's still coming soon.
I know that's right, bitch.
Thank you, babes.
No, that's right. So Q, oh my God, we have to talk about these things that have transpired these last couple of days.
Let's get into it, child. Every time I get to run in my mouth with you, we get to getting into things of the things. I be over here minding my business, quiet. As soon as I say a little peep of anything, what you said earlier, it's a whole lot of chitter chatter going on.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of chitter chatter going on. You know.
Let's talk about it.
Where should we start?
Go first. I'm about to say, where do we even start? Like, oh my gosh. So I think I'll start first. I gave TTB his flowers earlier, since we were on me, and then I'll switch gears and I'll let you go. So before I because I'm talking calm right now, I want to remain right here. Well, I'm going to remain calm because I think I'm kind of good. Now, yesterday I think I was a little turned up. Today I think I'm okay. I first want to say again, TCB, thank you so much for the flowers. I'm not going to give you the long speech that I gave you earlier, but I did when we got to this. I was going to set it up this way. So I thank you so much for always, extending your platform to us, because it also brings us traffic when you do discuss us. We can be honest about that and say that. A lot of kids don't want to be honest, but I'm going to be honest with you. I love your ass. But there were some things that were said that I just kind of want to correct.
Q, is it okay if I jump in and out with you?
Of course, babes.
Okay, so y'all have always heard me say I could be, but I don't want to overtalk you.
Go ahead, baby.
But I'll be honest. Listen, like I told Q when I was messaging him, I said the moment I saw him, because we did 2 lives. I said the moment I saw him come back on live with that Gemini Films t-shirt on, and we were talking about Kenya and all that stuff, pulling it away. I was like, oh yeah, come on, yeah, we finna talk about it. Because I already know TTB gonna cover it.
Next time, I'm just gonna start giving y'all a little.
Yeah, I did. I said, oh yeah. Let me sprinkle.
Well, and that's what I kind of wanted to clear up. So everybody's asking, oh, Q, why you going so? Well, let me start off by saying Oliver, you asked me a question the other day and said, "Why you don't say their name? Why you don't say their name?"
Yeah, why don't you?
For these reasons alone, I feel like sometimes
Hmm.
when you know the power you hold, sometimes it's just good to not go down certain roads. I'm not trying to be a poet, but sometimes when you know you're not in the best space with somebody, sometimes it's just good not to say their name, or it's just good not to be
I get that.
publicly, you
I get that.
know,
That's mature.
adding sugar to shit
Yeah.
because they gonna think, oh, he talking about me. He said something about me. Anybody gonna take what you say or about what you got going on in a negative space, especially when y'all not in the best space. So anytime we having these conversations, y'all may feel like, oh, he trying to be shady. Sometimes I just rather not even say the name. I learned that. I learned that lesson, I think, from Reese G. Just don't even say the name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it'll get you caught up in something. We still feuding to this day. Hopefully one day, and you know, PSA. Hopefully one day we can get into a better space. But sometimes when you say people's names and stuff like that, it can get into a sticky situation, and you not even mean it like that, and you be
Yeah.
arguing for years and years and years down the road. And for me, I'm trying to close certain chapters, trying to put bows on certain things
Yeah.
to move forward in my life and in my career. So it's thank you. So it's not me trying to be shady when we having these conversations. It's just sometimes when you know the power you hold, I can't speak for others, but I know the power I hold. And what happened? When you say a name and what are we doing? Almost a week later, going back to something that we said at the top of the week just because of a small statement. Now,
Yeah.
I do want to say to TTB that you made a statement as far as why am I going so hard for Gemini Films and I'm not going hard for Chasing. I have to correct you and say, and Oliver, you can step in. We've always went hard for Chasing. We are who I'm not. Well, now that we're discussing it, I can say it. I'm never going to diminish my platform at Chasing. I'm never going to diminish the platform.
Neither
I don't
will
have
I.
an issue with the platform. I now have a personal issue with the boss. Everybody can feel how they want to feel. I'm bitter. I'm this. I'm that. No, no, bitch. I'm not bitter. And like I told, I'm not bitter. I'm hurt behind what happened. I was hurt, getting through hurt. So if I sound bitter, no, I'm not bitter, bitch. I'm hurt. It's like getting kicked out your mama house. It's just like getting kicked out the
You were
family. Like,
hurt. You were
yeah, I
hurt with.
was hurt. I was hurt.
Okay.
I put
Can we
blood,
stop?
sweat. Hold on for a second. I put blood, sweat, and tears into that platform. Even in every interview, we always gave them props. When we did red carpets, we always up Chasing. I had a whole half my damn YouTube was dedicated to my Chasing experience. I've always went hard for the platform. I also, do you want to go now before I go? Because I'm about to go to my second point, which is Gemini Films.
No. Keep going.
I've always went hard for Gemini Films. And I wish you had the little clips to plug in right now. However, this is not my first rodeo and first time working with Karan. So I have to correct those for saying, oh, you've just been a producer for your season 10 with Karan. I want everybody to win. I want all platforms to win. I'm going to never. Now it's a little different. I'm not going to disrespect Chasing, but we good. But y'all can never pull up interviews and say, oh, I disrespected Chasing Reality or anything. Chasing Reality pretty much helped make me who I am because I was always, not always, but I started out busy in the entertainment industry before I joined Chasing. It just enhanced it. At the same time, when I say I want everybody to win, I used to produce an after show with Karan for Gemini Films. I was the actual host of the show. He would bring, the talent would come to my Q in the Streets radio station to host the after show for Gemini Films. So this is not our first time working together. And those interviews are still on the Gemini Films YouTube page. You can go pull them up. Can you not,
Yes. Yeah. Because you sent me the screenshots.
They're still up. So I had to just correct that small thing. I go hard for everybody. I once went hard for Chasing before, you know what I'm saying? Before I felt like I got disrespected and kicked out. I'm going to go hard for everybody. I'm going to go hard for Brandon TV. I'm going to go hard for TTB. I'm going to go hard for OT. I'm going to go hard for any bitch who going to go hard for me. The moment you don't fuck with me, I'm good on you too. But
Yeah.
I'm not going to diminish the people who treat me well. And I mean very well. Pay me very well. We have long years of business. This is not Karan and I's first rodeo. We worked together over 5 years ago when I was staying in Atlanta. I had a whole after show with him. So I just wanted to clear that up. Oh, you can go because I feel like I'm talking a lot.
Yeah. I feel like no, you spoke very well. First of all, but you and I were speaking, and the whole bitter thing came up, and I was like, I can agree that sometimes when I hear you speak about them, it does, to me, even at times, sound like.
And what was my response
I
to
don't
you?
think I don't think bitter is a word, even though I understand why people say the word bitter. Every time I hear it, I just be like, damn, like Q really hurt. Like, he
You
was really
can
hurt.
people can feel how you want to feel. I put my blood, sweat, and tears into chasing. I did 3 years of talent, being talent. Y'all were dragging me through the mud, and I still was up in the brand, right? Then I came on and produced 2 shows and was even working on things behind the scenes to help the brand. I've always wanted what was best for the brand. I never had a personal relationship with the boss. I was always coming to him, encouraging him, like, hey, let's have these conversations to get us into bigger rooms. Let's have these conversations to bring on bigger talent. Let's do the things that in TTB, you kind of touched on this the other day, and you were not incorrect. Some of the things that the people won't do. Me and O been behind the scenes for years encouraging the boss to have these bigger conversations and get us into the bigger rooms. I've always wanted what was best for the network.
That's
We
how
were the
that's how In the
we
Mix with Twix came about, because I took a opportunity from a bigger place and brought it back to where I was, and at least
we
wanted to share it with my people.
we always had what it took to be the next big thing, and we still do. And TTB, you said something else. It's a lot of pride and egos and a whole lot of unprofessionalism over here, which is why we never made it. Which why some of them won't make it. I can't speak for me because I'm gonna make it. Which is why some of them won't make it. However, I'm just is where I go, because I'm just it's so much of me that I have to say that I haven't said. And so
Yeah.
people say I'm bitter. No, I'm not bitter. I was hurt. I'm getting through it and I'm getting over it. I'm no longer starting to give a fuck. So when I speak about it, it's like that girl speaking about her ex-boyfriend, like, stop bringing them up. Tell like Gardy, stop bringing them up. Don't give a fuck. Like, getting over it. I'm not gonna say I wasn't hurt. I'm not that type of person. Yeah, bitch, I was hurt. Bitter? Fuck no. Bitter for what? I'm doing more. I'm in school. I'm in LA Film School getting my degree. I'm not bitter. It made me better. I don't give a fuck about it no more. But I can be honest and say it did hurt me. I ain't trying to fake and be like, oh, it didn't hurt. No, bitch, it definitely struck a nerve. I put everything, every dime. There were times I couldn't eat because I was putting into my projects. There was times that I couldn't buy myself clothes because y'all know I stay in San Diego. I was traveling to make sure that we had a great show. There was no network backing me. There was no monetary funds from the network helping me. So when you say in the comments, just say you miss me, miss what? What are you missing? Do you miss somebody? No, I'm not. What are you missing?
What do I miss from being on Chasing Reality?
There was a comment in TTV. There was a comment from the boss of Chasing Reality.
And Dario?
In the comments of TTB, and he said, y'all miss me. And we just trying to figure out, where do we miss? Because, yeah, I'm hurt, but it's like when you think back to it, it's just like...
I mean... it's okay. It's so many things to unpack here.
So much.
Because I wanted to ask you a question. I was trying to catch you before you went.
Don't ask me shit. You talk.
No, because I just know once I answer, do I miss him? I'm gonna be talking, so I don't want to get off of you first.
I'm good.
But ask me again. But ask me that question again. What I did want to get into is that, like, I don't know what it is for the brand now, but I know when I was there, and I was there for 6 years, a lot of us put, our own into the show, like, yes. And Dario and Kevon came up with the concept. Yes, they put, the show in place, but we're also sharing our lives, and you guys can't view it from the standpoint of like, oh, this is a TV show, so there's a network and they have money. No, like, we're paying for stuff.
Paying for our own stuff.
Yeah. And not to say that's a responsibility of Endario, because it's not. Because it's not. You know, we all, when we at least I would think when we all sign up for the show, we know what we're signing up
Getting
for. At least I
ourselves
knew I
into, right,
did, right?
right.
Which was why my whole time on the show used to be about, bitch, how can I make my money? Because bitch, I'm spending money being here, so I need to make money back. Which, thank the Lord, I was able to. But that's what that. To be getting into it, that's why on Chasing Atlanta every season, I would be focused on how can I be making my money right now? Because, girl, I am spending money being here. It's an investment that I decided to take on,
Yeah.
but it's an investment nonetheless, you know. On top of, you know, we're sharing our homes, we're sharing our stories, we're sharing our connections, some of our celebrity connections, we're sharing our family, we're sharing our boyfriends, our parents, our traumas, our fights, our performances. You know, we're sharing these things. And so in the fabric that is the success of that brand
Yeah.
is threaded by many people, you
And
know.
then not only are we using our own money, to do the show, because that's we cool with. We
Hold on, but
we
hold on.
we decided to do the show.
Before
Hold
you
on.
say
Wait,
that,
wait, 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 wait. Then you and I become executive producers and go off and branch off. We both get a show. And then not only are we using our own money to do the show, we're now using our own money to build the platform and build the show.
yeah. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. I thank the Lord. I was in the green with in the mix with Twix. Thank the Lord,
Oh.
because it was at a point I almost wasn't. But thank the Lord. We landed back in the green. Thank the Lord. But I don't want I don't want it to be like, at least for me, I'm not saying that to be like, oh, you owe me or nothing like that. No, I'm not saying it. I'm not saying that to say that. I said all that to say I understand why people like Q and House Times, you know, I've spoken to other people since, you know, on the show, while I was doing the show, since the show, where they be like, you know, I put my all into this.
Mm-hmm.
I made sacrifices to be present and to be treated a certain way. It doesn't feel good, you know,
Yeah.
when I'm sharing the most vulnerable, most personal aspects of myself, the last of myself, you know, to be here and
Mm-hmm.
to show them to make this show a great thing. I understand why people be passionate. I get it. I
And
understand.
then not only speaking of my passion, right? Because business is business. I'm cool on if I mishandle some things or anything like that. When y'all see my bitterness, because I haven't talked about it, but we here now. My bitterness and my angriness is because I wasn't given a proper conversation to my exit. So when I say they kick me out, or when I say when you hear me alluding to that, is because the boss of that network never gave me a proper conversation, whether y'all feel like you owe me one or not. I mean, damn, I was there 6 years, not only as talent, but now as a producer. And then you send your mom, who we ain't never had an HR at Chasing Reality. And now your mama come out the woodwork sending me emails as HR, like, oh, you're dismissed because of 1 and 2. And so when you say passion, putting into it, I could have been out here in LA going on auditions for myself. But here I am, and I love producing Chasing LA. I love, 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 love. It changed everything about my career. But at the same time, I put almost every dime and penny I had into that. So when you can just, all right, bitch, well, I'm done with you, just how we've seen them do many others, I'm done with you. Yes, I was definitely very passionate about it because I once rode for Chasing. This the way y'all see me riding this week. This is the way y'all see me riding today. I was team them. That's why I wanted. That's why I wanted another city, because I'm like, ooh, let's take a blueprint of what Bravo's doing and get these different cities. Okay, I am going to LA. I know a little bit about producing. I do know how to network. Let me step out here and try some shit. We did that. Now I had a couple show coming up. Let me make it even. Let me bring a Married to Medicine to the Housewives of Atlanta. So let me bring a couple show to Chasing Reality. I always wanted what was best for the brand. I've always went hard for the brand. You know why you don't see me online going hard for the brand, TTB? Is because I was behind the scenes producing all this shit, helping produce and get actual work done. I don't have to be online. Y'all don't never see me coming online doing these things until what? Somebody bother me. Me and O, we were doing our recaps, and Chasing just gonna have so happen to come up, and now we in a whole different direction of things. We just
Very
want.
organically, honestly, too. And you know, and I hate to jump in, but
No,
let me
go ahead,
jump in
baby.
right here. You know, for me too, like for me and my platforms and channels, I don't mind talking about the brand because I am extremely grateful for what I was able to do and what was given to me and what I was
Yeah.
able to get from it. So like, I don't mind people still recognizing me. I don't mind still talking about it. And I know on YouTube, a lot of my following is rooted in chasing, and they like to hear us talk about
Yeah,
that
they
shit
like to
from
hear
back in the
it.
day. They like
do.
it,
They
the
do.
same way we like to see our favorite people talk about it, the same way, hello, a person who interviewed all those top model girls, people like to hear some of the people they watched on TV go down memory lane. And so I thought it was just a great moment for people to hear us talk about season 3 and then, the live and all the other stuff. And then we talked about Gemini Films. People, we still come from that world. We're still a part of it. Honestly, clearly, we're still a part of it. So it's like, for
the
me,
stars are still stars.
you know what I mean? Like, for me, it's never it's never like a thing to be like, oh, don't mention them. Like, yeah, girl, I like laughing about the shit. I
Yes.
had fun.
It's funny.
I had fun. The shit was
we were
funny.
young and silly. Like,
The shit is young as.
I think a lot of the shit that happens on camera and off the camera regarding all the web shows are silly. And
It's silly.
TTB, you made a statement and said a lot of times all these prides and egos are in the way of a lot of this. When we say it's a lot of starless stuff happening, that's not a slight to anybody, because I don't watch a lot of those shows anymore. So I'm not saying who's on and who's not. What I'm saying is we could have one small little 20-minute conversation, and here we are 4 or 5 days still talking about it later. So when I say these egos and prides, a lot of us still need to be working together, no shade.
A lot of us do better. Well, a lot of us do better when we work together.
Could have been working together. I think it's a lot of turmoil in the sand now, and in the oil and milk. However,
I think it's still possible, honestly.
A lot of us needed each other, and that's what we say.
Almost definitely.
Stars connecting back then. And so now it's starless because everybody want to be a star. The power of 3 worked because you had 3 stars combined and made it bigger. Reese, Kevon, Dario working together, you got 3 stars. It's not going to work with everybody separate. We can work with everybody still working. But can you imagine an OG show with all the OG girls for real? Like OT, Montel, Lauren, England, Devon.
I tried.
Gardini. Like, who's back? Like, we love the new girls. We love to see shit shake and change up. But the same way we watch Bravo is the same way people watch Chasing. We want Nene and Kim Zolciak back. We want Sheree. We want all these people back. We just seen Deshaun Snow still pop out this week. And what they doing? Talking about old shit from Housewives.
Yeah. Not some of the stuff you said I don't know about, but
the working together, I feel like it could be. I mean, I wouldn't want to work with none of them right now. I'm just saying, like, back a few years ago, maybe. Now I don't think I'm in that space, but I feel like back then, if the ball would have kept going, Chasing Reality would have been bigger if a lot of the pride and ego would have been to the side. And I also want to address a comment. When I say bigger this and bigger that, let's put the facts on the table, because everybody had a problem with me saying Gemini Films was number 1. Gemini Films does have the most subscribers when it comes to the conversation the other night. Chasing Reality sometimes is more entertaining. Sometimes the quality, I'm not going to be shady. The quality sometimes is better. Quality is better sometimes. We know they're young over there at Gemini Films. They like to fight. But I'm not going to never take away from Chasing. I'll give them something before I take it away. So I will say they have better content and better quality stuff. However, Gemini Films is number 1. So a lot of people had a issue with me saying that the other night. Oh, he bitter behind that because he work over there now. First of all, I've been working at Gemini Films. I was working at Gemini Films when I was on the show at Chasing. Go back and check the receipts. So ain't shit changed. It's just when you change up with me, I change too. I roll with those who roll with me.
You basically, you was with your new girl and you was like, fuck the old bitch. That's all that was in that moment, right? That's all that was. You was with your new girl. You got your new piece, and you was like, fuck y'all hoes,
Call me Neo. I got 2 pieces.
You know what I mean? Like,
check out Gemini Films and it's Brandon TV.
I don't even know, where should I begin? Where do I begin?
I don't know. I was on TTB, but we can kind of.
Oh, keep going. If you have more, keep going.
No, that was it. That was pretty much it. My only other thing to him was because he asked a question about me working with Brandon TV. I already said that a couple of times on this live. We just had a meeting yesterday. There's some things coming from It's BTV, so I did want to answer that, and that's been it. That's been it. My last nugget on my paper was, because I did take notes because I went and was doing some reading, and it was pretty much why I was shade and chasing. No, I wanted nothing but the best for chasing at one point in time because we had the potential to be next level. That's why I was going so hard for the brand. But sometimes everybody gotta want it.
TTB wants me to ask you this. I want to know, how does Q feel about his alleged best friend? I believe it's supposed to be talking over chasing. Taking. I'm sorry, I got my contact. Sorry, my contact taking over chasing LA. I was told they were besties. I don't know. I could be wrong, but did he come to you and ask for advice, or did you find out he was taking over the show like we all did?
Well, I won't dig into our personal conversations. I will say that Andre is a really, really, really good friend of mine. And I do want to give him his flowers while I have this moment.
Shout out to Andre.
Shout out to Andre fucking Hammonds, okay? I have a lot to say about Andre since we're here. First of all, Andre is the reason that Chasing LA is returning. Yes, y'all see him now becoming the executive producer, but he was behind the scenes even when I was still in possibly be in my position to still be the producer of still pushing me to get the show back up and running. So my hat goes off to Andre. He just has such a beautiful spirit. I'm so happy and proud for him because he's such a person with good morals and values. Andre came to me before anything went public, and that's a real friend. That's a true friend. That's a real boss, and I have nothing to say about Andre. I enjoy working with him. I think he's going to do a phenomenal job during this season. I wish him nothing but the best. Chasing LA, Chasing Reality will forever hold a place in my heart, regardless if you mad with the ex-girlfriend or not. It's like your first love, right? So Chasing LA was my baby. So I feel good walking away that my baby is in good hands. Now there was some possibles that some chatter was in the streets and I was scared. But for Andre Hammonds to sit in my seat, I'm honored because Andre is phenomenal at what he does. And I send him nothing but praises and flowers, and I wish him nothing but good energy on the entire season. Turn it up because right now it's a little turned down. So turn it up, Andre. Turn the views up.
You just go stab. You still go stab. You can't help it.
I had to get one more in. Nah, I'm so happy with Andre TTB. Seriously.
I appreciate that. I feel your hurt when it comes to this situation, and I honestly feel bad. And I've never said this, but I feel bad.
Oh, because, why do you feel bad?
Well, I feel bad. I feel bad for a lot of y'all, and not to be. What I'm about to say, I ain't even being funny because this is truly what I feel. I feel bad for a lot of y'all because, like, I can agree that I can agree with many of the things I've heard people express about their experience on this show. Because I too was experiencing it right alongside y'all. However, for me, the experience was always supposed to be a stepping stone for me to the next area and for me to basically make my money. How much money can I make in this moment? That I just turned a blind eye to a lot of stuff. That after now that it's said and done, I'm okay, but y'all be giving a fuck.
Okay now.
No. But and not to say that y'all are not okay, but even to the point to where you be like, I ain't saying them, or throwing jabs or shit like that or stuff like that. It hurts me a little bit. It's like, damn, I wish y'all could be as cool on them as I am, I guess.
Well, I mean, Oliver, you're not too cool with all of them because I mean
I didn't say cool with them. I said cool on them.
Oh, cool. Oh, I'm definitely cool on them. Yeah, but I'm about to say cool with them. No, we're not doing that. So speaking of cool on them, there was a comment talking about we miss them. Do you miss Chasing Reality? Like you said, I just heard you say it was a stepping stone, but when there was a comment made and say you missed them, what do you miss about it?
No, I don't miss Chasing Reality. I still enjoy the fun. When I think about the fun I had, and I think about the good moments, even the bad moments that are funny, I think the other day we was on I don't know, because we always be laughing about something, but the shit is funny to me, it's funny. And so no, I don't miss them or him, No, I can't say that I do. you know.
Yeah, so
Um, and it's like, because I did watch the live, right? And I'm really just freestyling, and just speaking from the top of my head and from my heart. So I watched the live all the way up until Dre Simber came on. Cause
oh,
like
what
at that
you
point, yeah, like I watched what TTB had to say, like, and I was skimming through that. Um,
Ooh.
well, because it's only so much I can consume. It's really no shade, but it's only so much I can consume. And TTB is one of the ones I can consume, but it's only so much of it I can consume. Like I can't stay here too long.
I like certain stuff, but I love TTB.
Yeah. But once it got to Dre, like once the gallery opened up, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gone. So I really don't know what happened for the rest of the 2 hours and 30 minutes that happened on the live. I don't know what anyone said. I will apologize though and say that, like, I did feel like it was kind of. I can see how it could be interpreted as mean girlish for me to say, like, there are no stars, which is why I could be ignorant because I don't really pay attention to it. Um, and I'm still from a place of, before I joined Chasing, I didn't watch the show. Like, I wasn't a fan of the show. I wasn't tuned in every whatever day it came on at whatever time. But I still knew who Lauren England was. I had heard of her. I had heard of this show called Chasing. I didn't watch season 2, but I knew Gardini was on there. Like, I knew he was on there doing something. For example, Funky Dineva never watched the show, but Funky Dineva knows about the moment when Gardini pulls out all of those receipts on Lauren, and like, it's certain things that have transcended, and so
And so
that's
that's what we
where I
say
was coming from, at least for
star.
me.
Yeah,
Well,
and I can back you with that, and I think I kind of touched on that earlier. It's never me coming for the personalities because, like, I don't watch now, so I don't know any of them. Which what you're saying is accurate. Even before the show, before I knew who Lauren even was, I knew hairstylists that were talking to me about her before I even moved to Atlanta. I think she was even still in Alabama, just going viral on social media. So it was like from there was a lead up. Then you had, like you say, Gardini, who he was doing big interviews. And you had me coming in doing celebrity interviews. Montel with big personality, big following. Then you come in season 3. Then you turn up, and then you become who it was just like it was a snowball effect of greatness being produced. And I felt like we should have, after season 3, should have started going to like Alonzo Arnold's and the Big Sexies and these. I felt like it was people with motion. And so when you get where, I don't know where they are now, but seasons 5, 6, 7, I don't really know. It's just like some of the shows, some of the way things are done now. It's not big like it used to be, or maybe the people not as big as we were. I don't know what it was, but it was just bigger. So when we say starless, it has nothing to do with anybody personally, because I don't want anybody trying to attack me. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, back in the day, it was just, I don't know if we handled ourselves differently, or we handled the platform differently. It was just different. We were viral every week.
well, for me, it's just, I don't. For me, I was coming from a place of just saying, before I joined the platform and was a part of the genre myself, I knew of people and what they were doing on the genre. And then I gave just an example of, someone who doesn't necessarily watch the show, can know what is going on because the moment and the people involved have transcended beyond the watching demographic. So that's all. That's all. At least that's my perspective on it. But I do want to apologize because I don't want anybody to feel like, it's shitting on what anyone is doing, because that's not my energy. That's really not my energy.
Never the energy.
I really want the genre to keep on going, which is why when I was watching it, I had to read myself and be like, well, Oliver, what are you doing to keep the genre alive? Just because you're no longer involved in it the way that you came in, what are you doing to keep it alive? And I had to ask myself that, and then my phone rang. Praise the Lord. But yeah,
good. And so that answers my question of why I go so hard for Gemini. Because just because I'm working at a network now who's on Netflix, I'm still working with the networks or the platforms that I've been working with over 5 years, which is Gemini Films. And it's a couple of others who I'm still cool with too. I'm cool with everybody. I want everybody to win.
Yeah. It's never no beef with me and Dario. I've never had beef with her, you know, because I've always seen it for what it is, you know, and I just, you know, I get it. So it's never no beef. It's really, she's,
Yeah, just
you know.
disappointed.
And
Disappointed.
I don't know if I got to if I'm disappointed because I expected it, honestly. That's why. You know, and that's a lot of reasons why I'd be cool because it's like,
See, but
honestly,
y'all,
what's going on right now, and what everyone is doing. I've seen it done to other people throughout the years, and so it's like when it's now being done to me, I'm
your
not
turn,
shocked
right?
because I already know what you're capable of. I heard what you said about this person, this person, this person. I saw what you did about this person, this person, this person. And so when you ask me, do I miss it? I'm like, no, I don't, because I already know like what
I'm
goes
at peace
down.
now, right? And
Yeah.
the thing about that is,
No, I
I
don't.
right, no, I don't miss it. It's just
No,
like
I don't.
it,
I
it's
don't.
crazy that just I don't know that individual just you just said something like when that person tells so much other people business. I think for me, I never got personal with him like that. I was always business. I was always behind the scenes encouraging him. I was always behind the scenes like, hey, what do you feel about this person? He was like, I don't want to talk to their business manager. Okay, what do you feel about this person? Or what about this network? Or what about this? Like, I was always behind the scenes doing that with him. So I never saw the side of him being messy. And, you know, even when what got leaked out that time, my address and my YouTube stuff, when all that drama was happening, I never knew the front side of that story until what
Oh
last
yeah,
year.
he showed back then he showed me the Google thing because I saw the pen and like the thingy and it's honestly it's things like that, right?
Right,
Like,
that we don't miss. So when you ask, do we miss
but I'm
you? No,
saying, but
we
hold on,
don't.
but it's even things like that. Like, thank God it was shown to Oliver, who ain't gonna do nothing crazy and something like that. But what if I was a cast member, or even when we were going at it, that's like, you know, fuck this nigga. I got his address. I'm finna pull up and do something. You know what I'm saying? Or y'all doing a business deal, but you telling me about it and showing me shit like that. Like, no, I don't. I don't miss that.
No,
I don't miss that.
yeah,
I don't.
we don't miss a sneaky ass boss. We don't miss
Uh-uh.
someone a CEO, a boss, and a producer running around to other cast members telling our business. No, we do not miss that. We don't miss someone who can't have conversations and always want to run to internet and run the subs and do all these other things. We don't miss those type of unprofessional environments and things. I miss the platform what came with it because I love the platform. But to ask, do we miss you? Speak for me. It's a no, babes.
And it's like, well, can I have said the same thing when everybody, well, not everybody, but when you were down in the post in the comments, like when I was with Carlos King, that had nothing to do with you. That had nothing to do with chasing. But and Dario was down there in the comments. Can I say you miss me then? Or when I had the thing going on with TS a couple months ago and he was down in the comments commenting, like, can I say the same thing that you miss me? You know? So it's just like we just it's and I'm not even trying to be
Wait for
funny.
your downfall.
I'm
Comment
not
on
trying
this
to be funny, but
video.
it's like,
They did lives.
yeah, it's like, like
Mm.
I just counted my numbers today. I got viewed 60 million times last month. A video I posted on Friday got viewed probably close to now 6 million times. On TikTok last month, I was viewed close to 10 million times.
Pay that rent. Oh, pay that rent.
And so back when he said that, he was like, honestly, when he was like, when Rent do make another video, and I mean, it didn't offend me, but I'm Candy Burris,
It
I'm
just
always.
pushes you. Yeah, it just
I
gives you
was
that
like,
drive.
I
Like,
was like, he
okay,
absolutely right.
that's
I
me.
am a person who has always done well on video. So I was like, you know what? Let me try some new stuff. And then the first month I got 16 million, and then the next month, and so now she's at 60 million. So I say all that to say, currently right now in Oliver Twix's life, I make the most money. I am the most seen, the most recognized, the most booked, doing probably a fifth of the work I used to with none of the headache and the negativity that I once
That's
used to put
peace.
myself in. I'm
Yeah,
at peace. Like,
yeah.
I'm still filming for TV. I'm still on TV. I'm still performing. The people are still streaming. We got new stuff happening. We really getting up at the honeycut now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
No, and it's like, it is not me coming from a place like shitting on you. It's just like I'm really enjoying my present because my present is the most amazing it's ever been so far in my life. And
Yeah.
so why would I miss something that honestly to me
What's
doesn't
holding us
measure up?
back? Yeah, because for
It
me, I
doesn't
feel like
measure up to
we
what I do now.
the elevation of it all. I feel like since
Yeah.
you left, you've elevated. For me, I'm now still producing. Like because one door closes, another one opens. Nothing will stop, babe. Actually, I'm even learning more. I'm doing more. I'm not around a boss who is taking my information to other employees. Like, you trying to kill somebody. That's like the saying or the analogy when they say you got somebody in the
I know
boat.
too many people's statuses.
They trying to row.
I know about too many people's medication.
Where that come from?
I know about too many people's home business. I've been given so many screenshots. I've been given so many police reports. I've been given so many mugshots. I've been given so
She's
many
messy. She's a
to
messy girl.
enter into scenes and do, you know? I know too much. So why would I miss those things?
That's that person that's in the boat with you, and the boat
A
is trying to grow
brand,
success.
why would I miss a place that
The
says nothing
drilling
but
hoes.
uplifting, but in behind the scenes defending, like why would I miss that? Like
Oh.
I'm over there at Facebook 2 years strong right now. One of the longest running creators over there at peace. We don't do that. We don't do that type of shit in our meetings. Like we just don't.
No, my new boss actually have our meetings in a spa room. That's why I got this role, babe. They want to bring less drama and less negativity to our lives. They're not creating the bullshit. So no, we don't miss it. I actually am enjoying the elevation and enjoying the peace. And we being funny, but God does things in timing, right? And God does things for a purpose. And I feel like, and I know I went through all of this so he could show me the ugly side of the industry and just how people can be. You can be riding for a team and a network and a group and a what the fuck ever for years and riding for them, and the whole time they praying on your downfall. They in a boat with you trying to row to success, drilling holes in it so you can drown. The as much information that has came back to us about this particular individual is
Well,
just
I'm talking about I'm not only talking about them. I'm everything I'm saying I'm talking about with the brand and the powers that be and the individual. I'm talking about a conglomerate. Now I don't want to go back and retract like this is this, but I just to give definition, me speaking
Mine
is
is from one. I had a fabulous time filming with Kevon Burns.
you
That's
know
all.
what? They say a lot about Kevon, but
Fabulous
Kevon
time.
wasn't. I enjoy Kevon. I miss
They can
Kevon.
say what they want to say.
I
Kevon
miss Kevon when
used to
Kevon left.
crank
I
it.
really did.
I don't have any. I don't like Dario's ways.
And
I'm
it's
not
like
gonna say.
I really don't want to be mean or say like,
Yeah, it's
but it's
like
just
I'm
like,
trying not
but it's just
to
like just
like I'm coming for him or nothing. But it's not. It's the ways. It's the latter years of who he has become. I don't know. Is when he dropped that weight, that mind was starting to leave too. And
oh I
he
don't
just
know
started
about
getting
that.
nastier and nastier and nastier with his actions throughout the years. And it's just like, okay, it's time to go. It's time to go. Not even time to go. He just put you out with no explanation. Oh, like, well, girl, cool. Damn. I've been hearing so much. Anyway, I'm ready to go. It's negative city over here. Nobody's growing. We still on YouTube. And what we were talking about earlier with won't.
Well, okay, but here's also the conversation to it too, Q, that I just want you to be careful on, because a couple months ago the people was like when rent was due, make another video, and now I'm one of the top creators on Facebook right now, So I never want us to forget about our calling and what our assignment is above. We have to make sure.
That's why I don't never say nothing to these girls.
But
That's
I'm
why I be
just
quiet.
I know, but I'm just saying, because he still has a gift. He still has a gift.
I never took that from him.
I'm not
We just
saying
don't
you
want you
are,
to be
but
messy
I'm
in
just
your gift. You can be great and still be a messy ass person and be corrected in your wrongdoings. So just because we're giving criticism, how everybody like to say, because I'm giving my critique, my opinion, I'm not coming for him. Chasing Reality is one of the best things that ever happened to me, but a lot of the people on that particular network need to clean up their ways, starting with the boss on down. Well, ain't too much to go between there and the HR, so I can't even come for her because that's it. But it's just one other person because Markel we was side by side.
yeah.
Need to clean it up.
You so funny.
I felt like I was gonna go in today, but I don't feel like
I still want the people to, honestly, for real, from the bottom of my heart, I want them to do well. Like, I guess they unblocked me on Facebook because like they came up in my feed the other day, just yesterday. And I saw that they were with not TTB, but Binge Worthy. I guess he won an award at Boss Babe or something like that. And I was like, oh my God, that is so good for him. You know, like that's so amazing. Cause I'm just like, hopefully, like when good things happen, like they happen for me, you don't even think about what other people are doing, or you even have time to be mean and nasty because like so many great things are going on, you know, for you that it just has no space or time and place, you know. I want the brand to continue to do well. Now I will say this, just to be a little bit petty, just a little petty. Now I was trying to help them out a couple of, I think it was over a year ago, when they was down there talking about some. Oh, it was Oliver's lives that made the people stop watching. And I tried to stop them from saying that. Like, stop saying that. Just stop saying that. Because first of all, I don't believe that. Like, I don't believe. First of all, that was never my energy or my intention. And anybody who watched me knows that's like completely against and contrary to what actually happened on those lives. But my lives on my last season were some of the most highest watched after shows for that season. Which meant the audience was there that was watching. They were there. They just made, you know, just the other audience that wasn't there, they wasn't there. But the audience that was there, and they was involved and moving around and watching stuff. But in being petty,
pop your shit.
Because all this shit has happened. So I did go over there and look at their views and stuff like that using their equation. Can I say, is it because I'm not over there anymore that the views are down? This using their equation now.
I ain't gonna give it all that. I do say
I'm being petty, but I'm just saying that's why sometimes we just have to just wait. I say that to say sometimes we just have to just and also just be truthful in what is really upsetting us. Yeah. Y'all really did not believe Oliver getting on his live reviewing the show like he always has was the reason why the views were down. That was not the reason. And you know why? You know what the reason was because we talked about it. Like, please stop it. Stop it. Just stop it. I want us to wrap this up. I really want the brand to be okay, you know? Like, I want to see the show succeed. I'm so happy to see him with Binge Worthy, like, because Binge Worthy is an amazing, talented creator who does amazing things. And it's like, you know, this is the place where I got my start. And, bitch, I love where I am, and I love where I'm going. And if I am the Christian that I claim to be, how can I shit on a place that I benefited from? Like, that will never be my spirit. Now, I will tell my story. I will tell what happened. I ain't gonna lie, like how I used to be.
Yeah, I know.
To cover people and, you know, just for them same people to find my ass. But it was okay because I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, I'm not gonna sugarcoat what my experience is and what my feelings are. And I feel like people have to start dealing with what the reality is for some other people, and then we can finally move forward. I feel like some of us are still delusional and so stuck into seeing it our way, and our way is so right, instead of listening and seeing how somebody else sees it and what somebody else is feeling.
Yeah, I agree with that because when I read the comments, they're like, "Oh, Q, you're bitter." I'm like, I'm in the most happiest, peaceful space I've been probably my whole life. I'm not bitter. I'm human. I was hurt. I no longer give a fuck, but I feel like this was the purpose of us talking about it today because everybody needs to hear me loud and clear. I'm not bitter. I'm happy. I'm working 2 networks. I got several shows going on. I'm about to be back in front of the camera doing my own thing. I'm not bitter, babe. I'm blessed. Not bitter. I'm blessed. But I don't want to talk about this no more. I want greatness for everybody. I don't know. I don't subscribe and be around as much as I was in that world because I'm no longer there. I support and want the best for everybody. But where I am, I'm going to always support and go hard and show love because that's just who I am. I'm not a messy, mean, always in some drama type ass person. I'm a positive, want to see everybody win. If you follow me and you know me personally, I want the best and what's best for everybody. This not my MO to be sitting up shading and talking about a bitch. I don't give a fuck. This bitch ain't paying me in months. You know what I'm saying? So this is my last time talking about this. I loved my experience on Chasing Reality. We're on to the next thing now. I don't see anytime soon us reconciling and coming to the table to do business together. It was fun while it would be great. That would be fun to get a cute little check from chasing and let's do something. Let's turn it up. Let's get it where it once was and more and beyond. But I can only want what a person wants for themselves. And unfortunately, some people want to do and be in the same boxes and do the same things. I don't want that for myself. I want to do something different. I've always been like that. Y'all never see me on live discussing this shit because I don't care. I'm focused on my career, what I'm doing. I'm a father. I'm a boyfriend. I got an aunt just passed away. I got a mama who had a heart attack last week. I don't give a shit about none of this bullshit. Period. I love y'all. Thankful for all of my chasing fans. Continue to follow me on all of my social media sites, everywhere at Quentin T. Harris. But this is my last time talking about chasing reality. I always talk about them and where I got my start. But talking about saying certain individuals' names, digging into certain topics, we're done with that. We're done with that. I love y'all, but we're done with that.
You know, for me, and I just want to be clear in this, you know, it never was any smoke from me to the people. You know, I'm not like you. I don't mind talking about it. You know, like it doesn't bother me. Hold on, let me get mine out. Let me get mine out. I don't mind talking about it because I enjoyed my experience. And honestly, for me, I was so focused on the positive that I was getting and from it, and just I really didn't care about the negative stuff. Did the negative stuff get on my nerves? Yes, it did get on my nerves. You know, did I have my angry days, sad days, hurt days? Yes, I had all of them. But I was so focused on goals and benchmarks and stuff like that. And to be actively achieving them, it made it okay. You know, I had viral moments on the show. I grew up on the show. A lot of my life is on that show, you know. So despite what Indario continues to do when he sees my likeness on the internet, it's okay. Because, you know, for me, I'm not in that what I believe to be a hurt negative place. You know, like, yeah, we don't work together no more, but the shit was fun. I have fun. I'm grateful. Thank you.
And I gained some great friends.
You know,
one of my best friends. Lauren is, you know, Lauren and I are still good friends, but like I have a lot of great memories. I am no, my thing ain't sure that you do too much on my friend now.
Let me finish my point. Let me finish this point. Because you keep now. Out of damn, where was I? I don't even know where I was. Fuck.
You want me to help?
No, yeah, where was I?
No, we were just. I mean, you was basically you wrapping all this up.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't mind talking about it, and I'll listen. I'm always gonna talk about it because it's a part of my life. Like, don't nobody got that type of. For me, this is how Oliver run his life. Don't nobody got that type of control on my life. That if something was good to me or whatever, you know, that this bitch. I don't give a fuck, bitch. If that's what you want to do, when I mention this, baby, that's what you want to do. But if in a moment I felt like keying about Q typing this thing on the computer and it reminded me of season whatever, baby, I can go to the channel. I can pull it up. That stuff don't bother. It just doesn't bother me. Don't nobody got that over my life. It just don't. So I will continue to talk about it, you know, whenever it come up. The same way if the circle come up, if Tom Model come up, if Madison come up, if Q come up, if Heavenly come up, if anything, honestly, come up, I'm gonna talk about it. So there we go.
Woo!
Yeah, to get out of here, yeah, I don't miss it, but I am grateful for it, you know. Yeah, and it's my hope that the place does do well, you know, like hopefully with the new season. And honestly, I don't view it as like they're in a bad place, the views are low, they're not doing well. Like I don't have that ideology or attitude about it. Because views shifts, things happen, you know. That doesn't mean the content isn't doing well. That doesn't mean, you know, they're not making the money that they once were. I don't know, you know. I don't view it that way. I don't view numbers and stuff like that, you know. For me, you know, for me. And hopefully they are meeting whatever goals that they have. Hopefully, honestly, you know, I don't want to see the people fail. I really don't. Like, I don't got no ought against them. And I hope they continue to do well. I hope people continue to get on the show and it treats people better than some of us have been treated in the past. You know, I hope the show builds a richer history with continued partnerships from their cast members and collaborators and stuff like that. Like, I want the best.
Good for you.
And honestly, too, you know the reason why I want to? Because that's what the Bible say. The Bible say when people that don't like you say mean things about you, you're supposed to pray, meaning from your heart, for them to do well. So that's really why I be like, God bless them, because I want what you said you got for me in your word when I do this. No shade. You know, God know better than me. It's the reason why he tell us to bless those who curse us. It's the reason why. So let me just listen. Let me listen.
Praise.
Praise the Lord. But we didn't say anything too bad, did we? God bless the people. I love you, Q, so much.
I love you more, babes.
Listen, y'all, we're gonna get out of here. Until next time.
Until next time.
Thank you.
And wait. And girl, you killed me with that Kegel.
Y'all can tell the people that's just getting here. We've been saying praying Kegel every time we exit a video since 2021.
So that's probably by the time we start arguing, I just unsubscribe.
Bye, bitch.